Hello, everyone. First things first, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications on new videos. Today, I'm bringing you a very interesting topic. A man needs to be extremely careful when approaching women in today's world, modern women. Today, you, the man listening to me, need to think not just once, twice, or 3 times, but 10 times before approaching a girl, no matter the environment. Whether it's at the gym, college, parties, events, shows, clubs, work, on the street, your neighbor, a friend's friend, it doesn't matter. Today, a man really needs to analyze the situation and his surroundings to understand if it's worth it to approach or not. He has to think a lot because a man today is fated to suffer if he messes up. I'm not talking about a serious mistake, like a guy acting aggressively or weird. In those cases, it's understandable. But today, even if you act decently, you can still get screwed. There was a case, if I'm not mistaken, that happened in Rio Grande do Sul. A man was on the street, one of those guys who hangs out at a bar, chilling with his friends. A woman always walked down the same street, and he thought she was very beautiful. One day, she passed by, and he said, "Ma'am, you look very beautiful today." That's all he said. He complimented her. She didn't like it and called the police, and he was arrested. Yes, you didn't mishear me. He complimented her, she called the police, and he was arrested. I looked into this story because I thought it was the height of absurdity. Just like you're probably thinking now, I thought, no, something more serious must have happened. A woman wouldn't do that. I investigated, and several witnesses confirmed that he was a normal guy who was always in that area. He just complimented her, saying, "You look very beautiful today, ma'am, I always see you here." He didn't touch her. She was on the other side of the street, and he was in his corner, quiet. He just spoke loudly, "Hey, ma'am, you look beautiful today." Period. Even with all the witnesses, she didn't like it, called the police, and the guy was arrested, accused of molestation. Unrequited seduction and social judgment. Now, another example to prove that the previous case isn't isolated. You can look up a video I posted on the channel about a very beautiful woman. It's important to clarify that she was very beautiful because the most beautiful women today are the most complicated to deal with due to their ego and other factors. This woman, who worked in an office at a multinational company, always passed a restaurant near her job. An attendant who worked there always saw her and, one day, mustered up the courage. He stopped her on the street with a bouquet of flowers and a special note. In the note, he complimented her beauty, said he always saw her, and that he wanted to give her the flowers. He left his number and left. The woman hated the gesture. She found it terrible, the most absurd thing in the world, and made a video on social media for about 5 or 6 minutes, trashing the guy. She called him a stalker, said he shouldn't have done that, and that she felt confronted and cornered. Analyzing the video, I tried to see the guy's side. He was probably an attendant who thought she was elegant and beautiful and thought, "I'll give her a bouquet of flowers and my phone number, maybe it will work." He tried. But he didn't know the logic of modern relationships. Because he was a simple attendant and she was probably in a management position or something, in her mind, he was a nobody, and he basically would never have a chance with her. The price of trying and the decline of nightlife. This happens a lot. A man who earns much less than a woman will never have a chance with her, in most cases. In 99% of cases, if she's already in a high position and he's in a low one, there will be no match. It's almost impossible. What I'm trying to say is that today, the simple act of giving flowers can hurt you. The simple act of complimenting a woman you don't know can offend her. My advice to you is, in both stories I told, the men did nothing wrong in my view. But today, I have to analyze and say, brother, don't do it. Period. The chances of it going wrong for you are very high. Another story for you. A while ago, I made another video about a girl from an upper middle class family who started going to a gym. She made friends with all the personal trainers and got closer to one of them. This personal trainer fell in love with her and tried to approach her, but he did it in a clumsy and bad way. The girl, instead of being mature and saying the pickup line was bad and they were just friends, kept his hopes up. Behind his back, she started telling everyone at the gym that he was a stalker. The next day, when she arrived, the personal trainer didn't even look at her. The other men and even the girls also kept their distance. She felt offended and made a video complaining. She didn't realize they weren't siding with the guy, they were simply staying away for fear of being the next to be accused. If she accused a friend of yours over a bad pickup line, what would she do to them? Her attitude, which could have been resolved with a conversation, ended her social life in that environment. Everything today is considered harassment. The madness of the modern world and the laws against you. Today, anything can be considered harassment. It's not what you consider, it's what she decides. You can say, "Hi, good morning, I find you interesting, I want to get to know you," and if she considers it harassment, it's over. That's why a man today has to be very careful. They don't want the 80% of men to approach them. When a normal guy approaches, most of the time, she doesn't want that. She will find the action intrusive, and the word harasser will always be used. Why? Because it wasn't you she wanted to approach. Who does she want? You know very well who those guys are. A pre-made pickup line, a slip of the tongue, an attempt to insist after a sugary no, everything can be interpreted as harassment, especially at work. So, if you have a good job, don't risk it. There are hundreds of laws against you today. A woman's word in the judiciary is absolute law. A woman accuses you, it's already proof. You are the one who has to defend yourself and prove she's lying. And even if you have an alibi, until you prove it, you'll be morally destroyed. The story spreads, grows, and you become a monster in your community. Her word is proof, morally and legally. The cost of conquest and the true goal. In the end, being completely honest, the effort isn't worth what you'll get. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. I understand that testosterone and libido kick in, that a man wants a partner not just for sex but for comfort, affection, and femininity. But if you make the effort, face all this, and get the girl, you'll have to spend time and money on dates, transportation, and food, and in the end, you might get a night with her. And the next day, she might trade you for anyone else. You made all that effort to be discarded. And even if you conquer her, you'll think, I did all this for this. I wasted so much time on this game. My ultimate recommendation is, you don't need to chase them. This doesn't mean all women are like this, but you don't need to torture yourself. Go after your own development. Earn your money, study, work out. Instead of making chasing women your goal, use your mother as inspiration. Run to give your mom a house, a car, comfort, the only woman who will truly love you. Instead of taking a random girl to a fancy restaurant, take your mom. If you need inspiration, look at her. Don't waste your time chasing women. My opinion today is that if a nice girl comes along, you can give it a chance, but don't obsess over it. Be at peace. Consider getting my e-book, Guide to Dismantling and Neutralizing Female Ploys in Love, to become a high-value man as quickly as possible. The link is on the QR code and in the description. Well, that's it. We're in this together. I want to thank you all. Hit that like button to show your support. I'll see you in the next video. Onward, warriors.